This is Disney Entertainment News Today. I'm Rob Whiteside, and here now are the top Disney Entertainment stories for Tuesday, March 28th, 2023. EW has provided a first look at the Muppets Mayhem, a new Disney Plus series focusing on Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. The Muppets Mayhem is co-created by Bill Beretta, Jeff Yorks, and Adam F. Goldberg. It stars Lily Singh as Nora, an aspiring record producer who is helping Electric Mayhem record their first album. Nora has help from her social media influencer sister Hannah and Electric Mayhem fan Gary Mugowski. To us, this is an IP that's as important as Star Wars or Marvel, Goldberg told EW. I mean, they have Kermit. Beretta cited his inspiration for the series as the 2016 Outside Lands Music Festival when Electric Mayhem played a set. It was unbelievable, he said. It was one of the most amazing experiences that I've had with the Muppets. There was something like 30,000 people that came out to the park. I thought, well, there's something there. What if the band went on the road? What if the band went on tour? And so I started developing an idea for a show about the band because we don't know that much about them. Coincidentally, Goldberg and Yorks had already been thinking about an Electric Mayhem-focused series for 8 years. Jeff conceived the whole thing, Goldberg said. He's an editor, so he cut a whole sizzle reel to convince me to get on board. And then that was the sizzle that we used to actually sell the thing. The team wanted to delve deeper into Muppet characters that we don't know as much. Quote, "This is just about the band specifically," Goldberg said. "We don't have that depth of bench characters like you do with The Wizard of Oz or Treasure Island or A Christmas Carol. You could tell this giant story with the hundreds of characters that they have. We're telling a very small story about this band and where they've been and where they're going." "It's about the band and not the tone of a variety show," York said. "We have the freedom to go anywhere with these characters. They're not as well known as the core characters. People recognize them, but we have the freedom to fill out their backstory and do whatever we want." York said of the band and their story, quote, "They get along better than Fleetwood Mac, but they're definitely from a different era. The conceit of the show is bringing this old school band to the modern age and way of making music. That's the comedy of it. They're a group of characters that have no real goals or ambitions. Whatever you want to do, they roll with it. So when you want to have a character that's really determined to get them into doing something, that's also the comedy of the show. It's type A wrestling with type, I would even say type C. They want to remain true to themselves, but they don't want to leave anybody out," Beretta said. "How do you find that balance? That's every musician or artist's struggle. They would love everyone to love them." What's fun about this band is we like to take the creative approach that they can play just about anything, and that allows us to dip ourselves into different types of music and be silly and have fun with it. The series will have 10 episodes and be packed full of music. According to Goldberg, the first 5 episodes will mostly feature covers of classic rock, but the band will eventually debut original songs. EW notes that while there will be lots of cameos, other Muppets may not appear. Quote, "We are telling a regular story in the real world with Muppets," Goldberg said. "So we tried to ground everything and keep it realistic as opposed to all of a sudden, there's talking fruit in your fridge. We found a real balance," Beretta said. "It's not Muppet heavy and it's not human heavy, which is a difficult thing to do with the Muppets. You want to keep everybody interested. The Muppets have fun little beats and punchlines and good comedy and sight gags, but the storytelling is key. What's really helped is to have some humans who are truly connected and have real conflict with them, conflicts that they experience together and separately with each other." Regarding her casting as one of the few people of color to star alongside the Muppets, Singh said, quote, "Everyone has a memory of seeing the Muppets for the first time. Everyone has a love story with the Muppets. I had never seen myself in those stories, and I know other people probably don't see themselves. I really wanted this role so that it could look different." The relationship between Singh's Nora and Chaudhry's Hannah is a key ingredient to the Muppets Mayhem. Chaudhry said, quote, "Nora and Hannah go through a lot together. They grow as people, but as sisters as well." A release date for the Muppets Mayhem has not been announced. Amir Questlove Thompson is set to direct Disney's live-action hybrid remake of the Aristocats, Deadline reports. Questlove will also act as an executive producer and oversee the film's music. Tarek Trotter, Sean Gee, and Zara Zolman will executive produce on behalf of 215 Entertainment. Will Gluck and Keith Bunnan are writing the script. Gluck will produce with his company Olive Bridge. Questlove is a founding member of The Roots and recently directed the documentary Summer of Soul, which won the Academy Award for Best Documentary. Questlove voiced Curly in Soul, and consulted on the film's music. Disney's original animated The Aristocats was released in 1970, directed by Wolfgang Reitherman. It takes place in Paris, where a kind and eccentric millionairess wills her entire estate to Duchess, her high society cat, and her 3 little kittens. Laughs and adventure ensue as the greedy bumbling butler pulls off the ultimate catnap caper. It's then up to the rough-and-tumble alley cat Thomas O'Malley and his band of swinging jazz cats to save the day. The live-action The Aristocats may have a similar look to the live-action Lady and the Tramp film that debuted on Disney Plus in 2019. Liv Tyler will return as Betty Ross to the Marvel Cinematic Universe 15 years after her appearance in The Incredible Hulk. The Hollywood Reporter confirmed that Tyler has joined the cast of Captain America: New World Order and will reprise her role as Betty Ross, Bruce Banner's love interest and daughter of General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. The Incredible Hulk was the second MCU film after Iron Man, and it starred Edward Norton as Bruce Banner/the Hulk. Norton was later replaced with Mark Ruffalo for the Avengers and future films. William Hurt as General Ross and Tim Roth as Abomination both starred in The Incredible Hulk and later returned to the franchise. Hurt appears as Ross in The Incredible Hulk, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers: Infinity War, Avengers: Endgame, and Black Widow. After Hurt's passing, Harrison Ford will play the character in Captain America: New World Order and Thunderbolts. Roth's Abomination played a major role in She-Hulk on Disney+. Neither Tyler nor another actor as Betty Ross has appeared in the MCU since The Incredible Hulk. Tim Blake Nelson will also reprise his The Incredible Hulk role in Captain America: New World Order. Betty will likely be tied in with his storyline. The Hulk has not yet been announced to appear. Anthony Mackie will lead Captain America: New World Order as Sam Wilson, the new Captain America, as of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Carl Lumley is also set to return as Isaiah Bradley, a super soldier once imprisoned by the U.S. government. In the comics, Isaiah Bradley also uses the Captain America mantle. Danny Ramirez will return as Joaquin Torres, who becomes Falcon in Marvel Comics and is now poised to take over the alter ego from Sam Wilson in the MCU. Julius Ona is directing Captain America: New World Order. It's scheduled to be released on May 3rd, 2024, and is currently filming in Atlanta. It will be the 4th film in the MCU's Phase 5, which began with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Other upcoming films are Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and The Marvels. After Captain America: New World Order will be Thunderbolts and Blade, both releasing in 2024. Phase 5 of Disney Plus's shows include Secret Invasion, Loki Season 2, What If Season 2, Ironheart, Echo, Agatha Coven of Chaos, and Daredevil Born Again. The announced plans for Phase 6, releasing from 2024 to 2026, are Deadpool 3, Fantastic Four, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and Avengers: Secret Wars. The MCU's Fantastic Four are probably not appearing in the following Avengers film. Regarding the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Disney CEO Bob Iger recently said that there's, quote, 7,000 characters, there are a lot more stories to tell. Beyond the 6 phases currently announced, there's room for even more growth with characters not yet introduced. And though there are no current plans for a specific Young Avengers project, there are plenty of young characters lined up for the potential superhero team. Marvel Studios Vice President of Production and Development Stephen Broussard recently expressed interest in, quote, digging into the darker side of the franchise with more projects like Werewolf by Night and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Jonathan Majors, who starred as He Who Remains and Kang the Conqueror in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, was arrested in New York City over the weekend for assaulting a woman, according to TMZ. Law enforcement sources tell us that the actor was booked Saturday morning on charges of strangulation, assault, and harassment. We're told cops responded to a call for service around 11 a.m. Eastern near the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan. We're told that the alleged victim in this case, a female, relayed to police that Majors had gotten into a dispute with her and proceeded to attack her. Their exact relationship is unknown. Our sources tell us the alleged victim had visible injuries, including a laceration behind her ear, redness, and marks to her face. She was taken to an area hospital and is in stable condition. As for Majors, he was cuffed and taken to jail on the spot, as police felt there was enough evidence for probable cause. We're hearing he is currently out of custody. Representatives from Majors are currently denying the assault claims. Obviously, such actions would have major implications on the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as Majors is playing the main villain of the ongoing multiverse saga, most recently appearing in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and is set to appear in Season 2 of Loki on Disney+, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and Avengers: Secret Wars, among other projects. Sad story indeed. The fans of the Avatar movie series may in the future get a chance to see Avatar 3 in theaters, but also a 9-hour director cut as a limited series on Disney Plus after the theatrical release. A recent podcast, The Hot Mic with Jeff and John, stated a rumor that director James Cameron of the Avatar series of films has wanted to do a 9-hour director's cut of the third film, that he would film the entire movie for a length of 9 hours, which would include completing the visual effects for the entire runtime. The film release would be edited to a shorter version of the content for the theatrical release of the movie, and all of the additional footage could then be released as a limited series just for Disney+. This would be a great way to provide the fans of the franchise more opportunity to dive into the world of Avatar and experience the full story arc that James Cameron had intended for the movie. The latest release of the Avatar movie franchise hit theaters in 2022, grossing $2.3 billion worldwide. This also makes the second film the third highest grossing film of all time. The possibility of the third film providing a series-length version of the film would allow Disney to gain more views and subscriptions to the service. If this rumor comes true and the series does release to Disney+, as Jeff Sneeder of The Hot Mic says, this could open up opportunities for spin-offs of the movie franchise. Disney has had success with Marvel and the limited series such as WandaVision in 2021, which spawned a spin-off of its own, Agatha: Coven of Chaos. This could be a good move for Disney and the Disney Plus streaming service to create a new series and continue to expand on the universe of Avatar that has already been established. It could bring fans of the movies to the streaming service that may not have already been subscribed. The next installment of the movie franchise is expected in December of 2024, as long as there are no delays in production. Filming for the second and third films took place from 2017 to 2022 in New Zealand, and both films were recorded alongside one another. Returning characters Jake Sully and Neytiri will appear in the third installment. Also, it's known that Miles Spider Socorro, played by Jack Champion, will also be returning for the next film. Although the third movie has not been given an official title, James Cameron did reply to a report from the BBC that the next movie would be Avatar: The Seed Bearer, stating that the title is, quote, in consideration, but has not been confirmed as of this time. There are plans for 2 more sequels to the Avatar movie franchise planned, 4 and 5, that at this time have no titles or release dates announced. With the success of the box office of the second film, the odds of the continuing saga of movies could be just around the corner, with the next 2 chapters possibly beginning production in the coming years. Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt-Gibson have reportedly exited their Star Wars film after turning in a script. Charmin Obaid-Chinoy is still directing the film. On writing a Star Wars film, Lindelof recently told Film at South by Southwest, quote, I will just say that for reasons that I can't get into on this Sunday morning, on this day, the degree of difficulty is extremely, extremely, extremely high. If it can't be great, it shouldn't exist. That's all I'll say because I have the same association with it as you do, which is it's the first movie I saw sitting in my dad's lap 4 years old, May 1977. I think it's possible that sometimes when you hold something in such high reverence and esteem, you start to get in the kitchen and you just go. Maybe I shouldn't be cooking. Maybe I should just be eating. We'll just leave it at that point. Above the Line now reports that Lindelof and Britt-Gibson turned in a draft of the script in mid-February and then left the project a few days later. Lucasfilm already has a new writer for the film, but Above the Line could not confirm their identity. There are no plot details available yet for the Star Wars film. Production is set to begin in February of 2024, and the film is scheduled for theaters on December 19th, 2025. Kevin Feige and Patty Jenkins' Star Wars films were recently shelved. Taika Waititi's is still in development. According to a recent press release, Disney Plus has moved the initial premiere for its original series Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures from May the 4th to April 26th. Set in the High Republic era, this particular show is notable for being the first of its kind in the Star Wars universe, with a concept specifically geared toward young audiences. Several fans have already been excited by this prospect, finally having the potential opportunity to introduce their children to a beloved fandom with less intense but equally qualitative adventures. The story, as described in the aforementioned press release, follows a group of Jedi younglings centuries before events witnessed in the prequel trilogy films, as they study the ways of the Force, explore the galaxy, help citizens and creatures in need, and learn valuable skills needed to become Jedi along the way. Elliot Bowers serves as supervising director, and other notable directing work on Elena of Avalor, Kronk's New Groove, and Winnie the Pooh's Springtime with Rue, to name a few. Additionally, Michael Olson is functioning as showrunner, known for his work on Puppy Dog Pals. The cast of Young Jedi Adventures includes Jamal Avery Jr. as youngling Kai Brightstar, Emma Berman as pilot friend Nash Durango, Juliet Donenfeld as youngling Sis Soleil, D. Bradley Baker as youngling Nubs, Jonathan Lapau as droid RJ-83, and Pator Michael as the eponymous Master Yoda. Are you excited about this new galactic adventure aimed to be accessible for little ones? Let us know in the comments. April 2023 will be an exciting month for new Disney Plus debuts, with titles like Rennervations, Peter Pan and Wendy, and even a new Oswald the Lucky Rabbit short to celebrate 100 years of wonder. Jeremy Renner has been recovering from his snowplow accident, but his latest project is hitting the small screen next month. Behind the big screen, Renner is a construction aficionado. He is heavily invested in the highly creative fabricator culture that exists across the globe and hopes to change lives with these skills and inspire others to do the same. The first Oswald the Lucky Rabbit cartoon in 95 years was released in 2022 to celebrate the 100 Years of Wonder celebration. And starting in April of 2023, you'll be able to see it on Disney+. But if you just can't wait, you can watch it on our website right now. The new live-action Peter Pan and Wendy is also coming to Disney Plus in April. The movie is directed by David Lowery and written by Lowery and Toby Halbrooks. The film is produced by Walt Disney Pictures and serves as an adaptation of the 1954 animated film Peter Pan, which was based on J.M. Barrie's 1904 play Peter Pan, or The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up. Alexander Maloney stars as Peter, with Ever Anderson as Wendy, and Yara Shahadi, Jim Gaffigan, Alan Tudyk, Molly Parker, and Jude Law in supporting roles. The film is produced by Jim Whitaker and Joe Roth. You can check out the trailer right now on our website. Of course, new episodes of the smash hit The Mandalorian will continue to debut on Wednesdays throughout the month of April as well. The Season 3 finale will air on April 19th, 2023. For a complete list of the shows and movies coming to Disney Plus in April, go to our website, WDWNT.com. For the absolute latest in Disney entertainment news, head on over to WDWNT.com and follow us on all of your favorite social media platforms. If you're enjoying this show, and as always we hope you are, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe to WDWNT TV on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. You can also hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. And if you love Disney movies and TV shows, don't forget to join us for our weekly review show, Deep in the Plus. We do that show live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can find previous episodes available on demand right here on WDWNT TV. For the worldwide leader in Disney parks news and entertainment, this is Rob Whiteside saying, don't have a good day, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.